Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 1 versus 1 on Meeting of Minds. Playing as the Orks, we've got Vrax, and playing as the Eldar, we have got Despite. Despite will be opening up with triple Guardians, a Fleet of Foot Research, Aspect Portal, and a Plasma Generator. Whereas the Orks are going to go for a couple of Sluggers, a Grot Squad, Generator, and a Boys Hut. So know what you're thinking, oh, but Mr. Landshark, it's been nearly 2 weeks since we've seen a Vrax game. Well, don't you worry, boys and girls. We can't go more than at least a fortnight without seeing Vrax bringing out those big stacks. And we're on Meeting of Minds again, so it's like deja vu. Insert that anime song here. Going to be opening up double sluggers just to make sure it's got extra bit of blue money for those shooter boys. Need lots of capping units for this map as there are a bajillion million things to capture. That's why there's also Despite has gone for 3 Guardians rather than the usual 2 and then some, what they're called, the Dark Reapers. But no Dark Reapers going to go for that Farseer. Do very much like the Orc versus Eldar matchup. It's just like, I would say it's definitely one of those matchups where it's highly skill-based. We saw a little while ago, I think it was the Dawn of War Pro game for this week. It was Space Marine on Space Marine action. And, yeah, you know, a mirror match is quite a skill-based matchup, but Orcs versus Eldar, there's lots of different ways the match can go. Wait, we'll avoid the theory crafting for now, though. We'll just watch these slugger boys sniff around this listening shrine. Double Burn Singers coming up to build up as quick as you like. Guardians straight up don't have that much DPS, and going up against Orcs in close combat, it's probably not where they want to be. But some more Guardians T-posing around. We'll see if they can shove them away. No Fleet of Foot yet? As Fleet of Foot? Fleet of Foot is about to drop. And Farseer on her merry way. No blonde or brunette for the Soulstorm. She's got a helmet on. But that's alright. That's totally fine. Slugger's just going to chill out in the middle here. It'll be interesting to see whether the Eldar go for... I mean, are you going for any? No Dark Reapers at the moment. So just happy to throw down a Mind War on that big mech. Always going to be careful with your big mech up when you're going up against the Eldar. But throwing cautious to win, Vrax is just going to throw him straight in the middle, being zapped and shot at by the Farseer. Guide being put on these Guardians as well, increasing their overall accuracy, and that's a lot of damage being thrown at that big mech straight away. Already in the yellow health, which is not where you want to see your big mech at sub 3 minutes into the game. Reading numbers is just as hard as reading words, I do have to say. Got some shooter boys on the way, and have you gone for a second squad? No, he hasn't. He's just going to roll in with just that one. Okay, fair enough. Playing aggressive, that's what we're allowed to say. But this is quite a lot to deal with. I imagine that Vrax is probably feeling a little bit flummoxed with a half-dead big mech already. Guardians are going to see if they can move forward. Gotta be careful with that Fleet of Foot. Make sure that it's off as soon as you are in combat. There we go. Trying to maneuver them around. Farseer knocking a couple of slugger boys on the ground. And yeah, just chilling out in this heavy cover. That's exactly where they want to be. Farseer just being generally intimidating. Not hitting anyone with their psychic abilities there. Oh no, she's now doing the same thing as the big mech. So you really don't want to put your Farseer out of position here, because she's just as fragile as high heavens. What, 1,310 health compared to... Oh, we can't see because you're in the middle of a squad of boys, but he's got more health, I imagine anyway. Guardian's going to hug the wall and see if they can see it all with these slugger boys trying to capture this relic. Orcs are quite comfortable defending on this map, as there are lots of narrow choke points, and from this listing post to that listing post, there's not that much room to have to waddle. But the relics are quite difficult to keep safe on this. Yes, they've got this wall over here, preventing any melee damage, but unlikely to see a lot of melee squads from the Eldar. Big Mac feeling the pain. A little bit of a headache going on, but he does manage to survive with a little bit of red health left. Grot's going to come in as well, adding their 2 to 5 damage just for when the going gets good. Farseer over here scaring away these shooter boys, allowing these Grots to remain unseen and unheard in the combat at the moment. But shooter boys getting a couple of good shots on the Farseer. Again, very unusual use of them. I mean, sure, they were screening away the shooters, but then kind of just like engaging close combat with the Guardians. Well, there we go. Having a little look at them. Oh, why have you gone infiltrated again? Sure, the Farsi is able to see you. Oh, well. Maybe she was too busy looking at something else. Current economies at the moment are 104 and 10, compared to 104 and 40. Oh, hold on a second. Just had to double check to make sure that I... For a second I thought that I didn't press the record button. So I had to double check. Because there is nothing on this planet worse than getting all the way through a cast and realising that you have not pressed the recording button. But don't worry, I know my job, I could do it. Anyway, Big Mech going to teleport over the ridge. And as I mentioned before, these relics are kind of safe from melee attacks, but, well, the caster's curse is here. And that listing shrine is going to be bashed in the face. Slugger Boy squad being squad wiped there. Grots over here now finally been seen by that Farseer. But they're not going to give up. Quite brave little so-and-so's are these Grots. But they are going to be cut down all the same. Shooter Boys not got their big shooters at the moment. Of the sheer amount of Guardians, triple being reinforced to quite sizable numbers. So yeah, normally you would see these guys have like grenades on them. And that would be their big bad way of killing orcs and stuff. But now that they're managing to do alright. At least for as long as until these shooter boys avoid those big shooters. When the big shooters come out, that's when the tide will start turning. And we're already seeing one on this squad here. So gotta be careful, gotta get those guys in. Got a Warlock joining the ranks of the Guardians. Storm Boys moving on the side, throwing down a stick bomb. And yeah, Storm Boys not a bad shout against a firing front line of the Eldar. Big Mech gonna be... Where were you going? We're just going on a bit of a merry walk. Second squad of Storm Boys also got the enhanced optics, further increasing the range damage of the Guardians. And oh dear, that Big Mech trying to teleport in the middle of these Guardians, but then kind of... Well, where have you got? He's just... he stood there questioning his life choices. That is not what you want with a teleport. This is Tron over here, level 2. Also going to get that escalate engagement research. And what... Oh, right. No, now your build order makes sense. So like I said, normally you'd have like a Dark Reaper squad or two, but clearly he's just thought, right, triple Guardian opening, hope that the Orcs aren't too aggressive, and then go straight into tier 2 with support portals and Falcon grav tanks. Alright, okay, not bad. Losing a listing shrine, in fact actually losing 2 listing shrines as part of the bargain, but they have got that tech advantage. Yes, I assume so. Yes, they are in tier 2 at the moment, compared to the Orcs, which are still in tier 1. One war banner away there. Managed to get those the decap on the strategic point here. Probably will also get that decap on the relic over onto this side. But at the moment, the Orcs have got nary a missile to fire at the Falcon grav tanks. I imagine that they will be getting their tank busters as soon as humanly possible. And then we got custom gadgets research, so Big Mech throws out the big zap, stuns vehicles or any kind of other vehicles nearby. It does have an AoE effect on it. And then you can either just shoot them or slice them or dice them, whichever you prefer. Oh dear, despite giving up a couple of listing shrines here, losing 3 in total, current economy is a 92 and 100 compared to 116 and 20. So definite divergences here. Orcs quite happy with their blue money. Eldar comfortable for their green. So what would be the plan? Would be just to focus on the vehicular play from the Eldar perspective. Do have the tank busters on the way out. Storm Boys here trying to get involved, but only 2 lads. Probably don't want to get too much involved. Not without support. The tank busters do a mean bit of damage. Big Mech, almost getting that that clutch gadgets blasty doodad off. Would have been amazing if you got one of the ones that were in here, because it could have potentially have got 2. And the Eldar are very reliant at the moment on these Falcon grav tanks. Don't seem to have any... Have you got any more Guardians knocking around? No, not at the moment. Oh, hello, Yazoo. Remember, links in the description for the Discord. Oh, we did a really good job at muting that for a while, and now I've completely forgot to do it again today. Anyway, Falcon grav tank been zapped, soon to be shat on from a great height. Has been annihilated. by those things, but a replacement one has been built. But yeah, they're just spamming them out. That's the plan. Guardians might need to get a Warlock just so they can see those tank busters. Shooter boys, though, if they're big shooters... Well, sorry, no big shooters on them, but those big shooters probably won't make much of a difference. Oh my goodness, what killed all of you? Oh, the Harlequin. That's fair enough. Stormboy's jumping over the side, trying to focus on that support portal. More Harlequins on the way out as well. This is quite a sizable tank fighting force here. Two of them going to jump up and over the Stormboys. Trying to maybe get them in a Falcon Grav tank sandwich. The Harlequin adding a bit of spice to that meal. Well, that's a lot of models for her to take on, I have to say. Maybe also need to focus on those tank busters, as these shooters and the Stormboys don't really seem to be doing all that much against the Grav tanks. But those tank busters have been left to their own devices. We'll quickly wipe them out. Farsia going to come out. And, oh, okay, so she's the one that's going to tie these guys up. Very brave, but also very reckless, unlike the traditional Eldari standard of play. But it's pink everywhere. The map is covered in pink. Pink and green. The Harlequins, quite fragile, need to keep away from a lot of range damage. You would normally see them supported by something. I mean, they could be spotted by these Falcon Grav tanks, but Falcon Grav tanks don't quite have the DPS required to kill this many Orc individual units. We've got two Stormboy squads over here, Sluggers over here, double tank busters, and the Farseer, there we go, dead. No fancy words for her, I'm afraid. If you're dead, you're dead. And that's all there is to it. Webway gate over here, as well as a thermoplasma generator, but Stormboy's been scared away by the Harlequin, seeing a opening over on this side. So Eldar needs to come up with something brand new to combat this. Gonna go for a mobilize for war research. Will need... yeah, I'm not sure if the Falcon Grav tanks are working here. To be honest, I'm not sure if any vehicle-based composition will work in this situation. I mean, the Harlequin's doing a great job at keeping all these shooty bits around the backside, but these Stormboys, that's just a significant amount. I mean, 3 squads in total. There's 2 more than you would normally see. But when they get into that tier 2, or tier 3, sorry, those warp prisms will certainly give these guys a run for their money. If they can keep them alive, that is. Escalate, full-scale war research, so, yeah, 126 and 130, compared to 116 and 30. So yeah, the Eldar have got a serious economic lead here, if they can just hold on to it. If they keep it going, keep their tech on the up and up. And they're doing it there. Stormboys looks like they've lost a squad by the looks of things. And they're not the tankiest of lads, but they have managed to both survive, so can regain their number. What are you finding down there? Oh, another thermal... that's where you're getting all the green money from. Right, that makes sense. But losing more listening shrines, but it's still got the economy for it. It's still got quite the good things are going. Mega Armor Knobs coming out. We'll be able to see any infiltrated shenanigans on the go. Bonesinger's going to come in with aggressive play, but being whacked to death there. Falcon Grav tank trying to go up against these tank busters, but been flanked by those Mega Armor Knobs. Will see its doom approach. Yeah, Vrax really needs to bring all his lads in. Try and ignore this Harlequin. If you keep all your boys together, you can kind of focus fire her down. But yeah, not doing all that well against this mass of tankage. Still more Falcon Grav tanks on the way. Also got a Seer Council. Seer Council able to, dare I use a pun here, but Seer these infiltrated tank busters. There's a reason why I'm not a comedian. There we go, you can see them. Will they be able to weather the big Daka? Yet to be seen. Relatively cheap for a... Well, I mean, they're not cheap. I mean, 50 green money is not cheap for an individual model, but when you've got... What? Yeah, when you've got this float of green on the go. Yeah, you'll be fine. So that means realistically, they don't have to worry about any sort of green money for a little while. They can just focus purely on the blue. They do need to focus on recapturing these strategic points. I'm managing to push the Orks back with very little in the way of a composition at the moment. Just 2 Falcon Grav tanks. Oh, mind you, they've got some Warp Spiders in now. They're teleporting a little bit close. Do like this Despite character. I haven't seen them play before. They're very aggressive. Which is uncommon for such a faction player. See, the Council might need to turn their fleet of 4 off there. But then again, it doesn't make that huge amount of difference in melee, I don't think. Second squad of Warp Spiders. Going to teleport straight in. See these tank busters and decide to give them a shake of the old bad stuff. Mega Armor Knobs not giving up. Quite low on health there. About to lose 2 models. Activating their run faster juice. And there we go, running all the way back home. Tail in between the legs. But over here, Stormboy's getting revenge. Seeing all these delicious plasma generators. Won't be able to destroy all that much as most of this is infiltrated. But if they can take down the Soul Shrine, they'll be having a good time. Eldar deciding not to run back home. They're going to continue this. Orks have a lot more to lose. Not only in the form of generators and econ buildings, but also their war banners as well. Mega Armor Knob, still 1 left in the squad. If he's able to get that additional member before he dies, they'll keep him going for quite some time. Big Mech coming back out. Giving these guys the double backhand. And how are these guys doing? Yep, they've killed a lot of plasma generators. Going to look, see if they can smite that Burn Singer before then turning their wicked foul attention to the Soul Shrine. Got some Warp Spiders over here. But no, these guys have retreated. The Eldar still not bad economy. It's that full-scale war research that's keeping them afloat. What's the Orc economy like? Oh, I mean, he's doing alright, isn't he? Not a terrible amount of economy. Needs to spend more of it, though. Getting out that there we go, some shooter boys. Shooter boys with big shooters. You've not gone into your T3s yet. Some flash gets right now would be very delightable. But that triple Warp Spider stack, very deadly, very mobile, can melt stuff in an instant. You've got to be really careful when you get that amount of Warp Spiders on the field. When you're against them, that is. Big Mech quite low on health already. Seer Council, really difficult to kill are these lads. Incredibly painful in close combat. Very fast and manoeuvrable. Got some shooter boys engaging in a bout of face rubbings by the looks of things. But no amount of rubbing your face on a Warp Spider will make him stop. Wise words to live by, Mr. Landshark. Wise words indeed. Big Mech waddling back home. There we go, we got that tier 3, the Orky 4. And Triple jumps in, gonna go straight. Look at that, even though they've got no anti-building capabilities, just the sheer amount of firepower you could just drop on something instantly. Quite a deadly combination. Big Mech won't have any of it. Mega Armor Knobs rolling in. Now, normally, you don't see the Mega Armor Knobs being used like this. Quite often you will see players kind of delay them, or either only get them when they've got an advantage and there's nothing else really to get, or maybe they need some assistance with some vision to see infiltrated units. But I mean, 100 blue and 75 green, and you look at their stats, and then compare them to the Seer Council, because you know they're a little bit cheaper, well in fact actually a significant amount cheaper, I would say. They're kind of the same. I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's a close hustle, but I would say that Seer Council is probably a little bit more useful. Vrax trying to throw out the GG, but his opponent is saying no, fight until the end. You never know until you know. Gonna go for those knobs. Ah, there we go, the knobs. Just get some regular knobs. They'll be able to stand up to the punishment a lot longer. Get them back out. Get that tier 3 on the go. Get some flash kits. You might still be able to get this yet. Orks are known to be able to clutch a defense here. Although, in saying that, the portent is not looking favourable. He's got a surge of green money at the moment. So, potentially, maybe, he can invest in something a little bit greener, a little bit meaner. Maybe a killer can. Maybe just some regular war trucks or war tracks. At the moment, the Eldar don't have any anti-vehicle stuff. So, it'd be a good idea. There we go. First flash kits of the day out. See, Council doing a little bit of a lap around the map, chasing around stuff. If you pull these guys back, try and keep this boys' hut available. Mad Dog joining them. And never underestimate what 2 squads of flash kits can do. Falcon Grav Tank goes down, second flash kits are out. At this point you would now kind of like pull away from the boys' hut. Allow the shooty bits and all these buildings to help you. Dear oh dear, the boys' hut goes down. Pile of guns as well. And there we go, that old chest of put your flash kits in the settlement and then make them spawn out the other direction. Using the settlement's natural barrier to their own advantage, but one flash kit squad does look like it's been taken out. Oh no, no, they're there. Bringing home the big DAC on the Sea Council. Oh, I like that. Mad Dog throwing out a burner bomb. Warp Spider's trying to teleport away, managing to get a couple. And the Sea Council looks like it's been beaten back a bit. Warp Spiders could probably jump in and focus fire on them, to be honest, but one of the main problems is that you can't really focus fire down a flash kit squad with a Mad Doc inside it. They could just take some fighting juice pills and then survive, but let's be honest, the Orc situation at the moment is not looking very favourable. They've lost a good... I mean, they're still in tier... Well, still technically in tier 3. But their blue money is not looking brilliant at the moment. But if there is a time to win, it's a time to do it now. I mean, what's the economy for you at the moment? Yeah, I mean, just a sickening amount of green money. Sickening amount. But the Orcs won't give up. The Orcs never surrender to those old knifey-eared bastards. Gonna see a fighter bomber. Now that's not a terrible idea. These concentrated infantry formations, and when they teleport, they're all, as you can see, they're all tightly knit together. So you get a fire bomber, you fire away at them. You got a whole squad knocked around, and when they're all spread out, you see, that's when they do less damage because they can't focus fire as much. But needs a hit there. Amazing stuff. They're still in the heavy cover, which is where they want to be. See the Council losing a couple of models, but the Orcs losing a fair bit of resources themselves. And dear oh dear. Despite playing with his food, despite being in a position of winning, I'm going to fast forward this just a smidgen. We don't want to have the ending prolonged and the inevitable delayed, but... And I've just got faith, man. I've got faith in the Flashgate Massive. The Flashgate meta. I mean, let me look at that. Like, if they're able to get a good position off on these Warp Spiders, they should do alright. I mean, despite at the moment, he's got an incredible economy on the go. But if the Flashgates can kill these Warp Spiders before they're even able to reinforce, doesn't matter how much money you have. So not bad at all. Is Vrax building up on the back of this? Yes, he's rebuilding his war banners. He's got a surplus in blue. So it's not all over. Not until the fat lady sings. I reckon we'll be hearing her sing in a few long moments. The battle's yet to be over. Firebomber, like I say, spreading these guys about, isolating them around. Second firebomber out on the field. Guardian's trying to capture these critical locations. Slugger Boy's been used. Oh, okay, alright. Avatar of Cain versus Flashgates. Who's going to win this score? Most of the... Oh, I was about to say all the warp spiders are dead, but no, they're just retreated. Now they're back for a second go. Can the Flashgates overcome such a perilous foe? And the Firebomber's at least taking the attention of the warp spiders. But the Flashgates... I keep on thinking, hey, Flashgates, activate your fleet of foot so you can run away, but that's not how it works. There would be too strong. Warboss, go and see if he can go toe-to-toe with the Avatar, potentially. If an Ultramarine Sergeant could do it, why not a Warboss? They've got some Wraithlords in now, despite finally expending more of that green money. Gonna punch around these mech shops. And the Flashgates very low on health, or very low on models at the moment. Is that just one squad left? And they've got the Fighting Juice being activated, which prevents them from going below 1 health. But something tells me double fighter bombers, amazing against the infantry, but against these Wraithlords aren't going to be knocking them down. There's no amount of crowd control that would work on them. I know, despite his right, Seer Council never die. We've still got how many models? 7 models in there. Quite a lot of low health models, but just refusing to get gone. Avatar's still very healthy. And the warp spiders are closing in. The noose tightening around the green muscular neck of the Orks here. But no, there's very little he could do. I'm probably going to call it there, I reckon. It's a good effort. I mean, he's got no more Boys Hut left. He hasn't rebuilt it anywhere, has he? Nope. Unless, of course, there's any... Oh, you're just Slugger Boys. Slugger Boys on a journey. But no, it was a good game. Really wonderful aggression with those Storm Boys earlier on. Amazing little defenses going on. And just that full-scale war research for the Eldar's listening shrines, really keeping them in the game when they lost so many listening posts due to the Ork harassment. Yeah, cool. If you like the videos, please feel free to have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you 1 extra game a week and voting privileges for the next themed game. Also, there's a Discord where Discord things happen and games happen all the time. And also, if you're watching this on Friday, later on during today, about 7 o'clock BTS... BST? BTS is the Korean boy band, isn't it? BST, British Summertime. We'll be doing some... It's a newbie night. If you're brand new to the game or you're not familiar with it, come down and play with the boys. It's an absolute riot. Anyway, my name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chore. I will see you in a bit. Peace.